So the reason I call this my craft closet is because it is a huge closet. You'll see all the clothes, shoes, my husband's little section, my really big section, and then this end is my craft area. So this is my craft closet. So I just wanted to show you guys, since we talked about my epoxy and glitter, this is my latest project, that I'm working on. This is the one that I just finished. So this is for my boss, and this is her daughter, who is a cheerleader in 8th grade. So this one has been more of a challenge because I only had navy blue, like chunky glitter. So I've already done 2 coats of epoxy, and I've sanded this last one, trying to get all of the divots and stuff, or as much as I can. So this 3rd coat of epoxy should fill in the gaps. So if you want to know what kind of epoxy I use Pro Marine Supplies. It's tabletop epoxy, so it is food safe, although it's not necessarily dishwasher safe. So I bought these tiny little cups, measuring cups online, because you really have to have a 1-to-1 ratio. You've got the epoxy and the hardener, and you mix those together super slowly. It creates some kind of a chemical reaction, and it actually gets kind of hot. So you don't want to introduce bubbles, so that's why you got to do it slow. So, and then I have my little turner, my little rotisserie turner, and a temperature gauge. So you'll see it's 73 degrees. The recommended temperature for the epoxy is 76 degrees. So in my little craft closet, I just close the door, and it warms up with the door closed because there's no vents in here. So, and then that's my cute little light, which is a Crown Royal bottle. I love liquor bottles, especially the really pretty ones. So Crown bottles are so pretty to me. So yeah, I'll take any of your used Crown Royal or any pretty liquor bottle that you have. So let me get set up, and then I'll continue. Okay, so now that I have my epoxy mixed all up, I'm going to turn on my little rotisserie turner. Move this light out of the way. And I have a little, make sure you can see this. Yep, I guess you can. I have a little like popsicle stick, but I don't like to use that. I just like to use my hands because that way it can feel kind of like when you're doing splinting. You can feel what you're doing, and I just pour a little bit on. And I just kind of rub it in there. Try to fill in the gaps. Now the bottom of this one, like I said, was chunky glitter. So I've had to do, this is my 3rd coat of epoxy, and a lot of sanding. So if you're going to try to do this, I would suggest like the extra fine glitter. And so I glitter first with Mod Podge. Some people can do it with their first coat of epoxy, but I haven't quite figured out how to do that to make it look good. So I do Mod Podge, get my glitter looking the way I want, whether it's ombre or, 2 colors or a single color, whatever. And then we'll do my first coat of Mod Podge. So after the first coat of, not Mod Podge, epoxy. After my first coat of epoxy and it's dried, that's when I will add my decals that I've made from my Cricut with the vinyl, adhesive vinyl rolls for Cricut. And once that epoxy has kind of cured for a couple of days, then I will add the last coat. So this is the last coat of epoxy. Hopefully we will fill in all the little divots and craters that coarse glitter left. But again, I used the coarse glitter just because that's what I had in navy blue, and this happens to be this girl's school colors are blue, navy blue and silver. So I try to always use what I have. If I don't have to order something, I'm cool with that. I'll figure out, I'm an OT. I figure out a way to adapt, to get around it, to where we can get the best result using what we have. So, okay, I've almost finished this. We have a little bit left. Get all that nice and smooth in the bottom. And hopefully Maya will love her water bottle. Her mom wanted her to have something that would fit easily in her backpack with a lid on it that she could take to school. So not the little, you know, Yeti tumblers or whatever. So I found at Walmart just a stainless steel water bottle with a lid. Again, I don't like to spend more than like $10 on any of these stainless steel containers. I don't buy the Yetis. I'm a bargain shopper, so if I can find one for $10 at Walmart that pretty much works the same as a Yeti, I'm cool with that. Some people are brand snobs. They need to have the name brand stuff, but I'm a bargain shopper. So, it feels pretty smooth. And now, I'm just going to let that sit on the little turner overnight. And tomorrow, provided my temperature and my mixing, again, it's one part to one part, the hardener and the epoxy, at around mid 70s degrees with the turner. The turner is important because if you don't have the turner, then you get drips, and you have to peel it off the wax paper. So the turner is the best thing. And I only paid like $35 for it on Etsy. So the turner is vital. And that makes it super smooth. Again, it is not dishwasher safe. So be sure and tell people if you make it for anyone, it's not dishwasher safe. But it is food safe because it is bar top epoxy. So you can drink out of it safely. Just hand wash it. Don't put it in the dishwasher. So after this is all finished, let me give a closer look at it. Look how sparkly and pretty it is. I will show you tomorrow what it looks like when it's all finished.